The trilogy, Harbaugh versus Harbaugh, closing out week 12 on Monday Night Football. What a way to do it. We got sides, we got props, we got touchdowns. As always, stick around. Let's make it happen. Yo, Dave Loughy here on Twitter at Loughy_D. Hit your boy up if you haven't done so yet. And as always, if you find these videos helpful in any way, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Help me feed the algorithm. It goes a very long way for me around here. And one more thing before we get into all of the picks. We continue to batter Bet365 with these Thursday Night Football promos. My guess, we have a Thursday night or a Thursday promo for Thanksgiving that's going to be big. We hit the same game parlay on Thursday Night Football. We collected our bonus bets with 5 touchdowns scored on the day. And if you're not there yet, in any of those states on the screen, you're getting $150 in bonus bets just for signing up, doing, 30 seconds to instantly verify yourself. Deposit 10, only bet 5 of that. Once that settles, even if you're betting live on the first drive tonight, the moment that settles, $100, $150 in bonus bets instantly injected into your account. And then, of course, you read it in the comments every show, the Thursday Night Football promo where we get paid out in bonus bets for every single touchdown scored. All we got to do is make a parlay, which we've been winning. We're smashing them over there. Link in the description and in the pinned comment. If you're not on Bet365 yet, collect your bonus bets and jump in with us for every Thursday night same game parlay. And hopefully we get a good one for Thanksgiving. 21 years or older to gamble. Gambling problem. Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's go. All right, so we got the Harbaugh brother trilogy today. Ravens 2.5-point favorites on the road, 50.5-point total. The Chargers are 7-3. Straight up this season and 7-3 against the spread. They've covered all 7 of the games that they've won. They did not cover in the games they lost. Now, of course, they lost to the Chiefs. We got that one at 8.5. So technically they covered for us, not on the closing line. But either way, you look at the Ravens and then you look at the Chargers again. The Chargers on the season are 3-7 to the under, which is crazy because the Ravens are 9-2 to the over and they've been involved in a ton of shootouts. So then you say, all right, well, which way does this go? It's hard to say, but I can tell you this. The Chargers defense, they've been excellent, but they've also faced some seriously weak opponents throughout the season. Not all of them, but a decent amount. Even, against the Chiefs, Rashee Rice went down in the first quarter. Last week against Cincinnati, though, they coughed up 27, began to unravel a bit in the second half. J.K. Dobbins saved that game late, but it could have got ugly. And I said in Tuesday's video, the picks for every game that I do every week, if this was 2.5, I'd bet Baltimore. If it was 3.5, I'd take the Chargers because it's an even matchup. And this one's in LA, even though they don't have really significant home field advantage there. But still, you get the point. And on Tuesday, this game was at 3. So there wasn't really an answer on either side. And maybe there still isn't, if we're being honest. But you have the Harbaugh brothers squaring off against each other again for the first time since Super Bowl 47, way back in 2013. Remember that one in New Orleans? The lights went off. And then John Harbaugh ended up with the victory, 34-31. The other time they faced each other, he got the win 16-6. So he's 2-0 in this series. I just love, though, how Jim Harbaugh's turned this team around, right? Like he's transformed Justin Herbert, into a borderline elite quarterback at this stage of the game. And he always had the potential. He was just always held back by terrible coaching. But here's the problem. If I didn't bet it at 3, which I didn't yet, I'd be foolish to bet it at 2.5. And you guys got to tell me, where are you at? Let me know in the comments, where are you at on this game? What a fun game this is going to be. This could be one of the best games of the year. Maybe I'm just hyping it up for nothing, but I love these 2 spots with 2 serious coaches. For now, it's going to be a small play on the over for me. And then 1 unit plays on some props that we'll get to right now. 50.5 is a big number, but Baltimore can't stop the pass. And the Chargers just haven't been tested more than once or twice by legitimately potent offenses. I'd also lean Ravens minus 2.5, but that's just the number forcing my hand there now that it's moved. Let's have some fun with this one. All right, let's talk some props here. And as always, guys, all of these props, like I'm recording this at 7:45 a.m. Eastern time. I got some obligations on the home front today, so I had to get it down a little bit earlier. I put all of these props into tails over in the Discord last night at like 10:30 p.m. So any line movement that may occur, any odds movement, we're locking them in early over on tails. If you ever wanted to join me, you know where to find me. Link is in the description in the pinned comment. Just use promo code NFL24. Get your first week 50% off or your first month 50% off. So it's less than $5 for the first week, less than $15 for the first month. Come join me. If you hate it, if you hate the community, if you hate the plays, well, you know what? At the end of the day, you're down $5 or $15, but you might love it. And if you do, you'll want to stick around, get all of the plays earlier, and get everything that you're never going to see here on YouTube right there in the Discord, and get all of the notifications sent straight to your phone. NFL 24 is a promo for 50% off. Let's get to it. Will Dissly over 39.5 receiving yards. Hayden Hurst got injured in week 6, and then he was eventually phased out of the offense for the most part. And then he was injured again. Dissly's totally taken over all of the pass catching responsibility for the Chargers at tight end. 20% target share over the last 6 games. That's solid for Will Dissly, right? It's also significant when you consider 2 things. One, the Chargers are just passing a lot more than they did in the 4 games where Herbert wasn't healthy. Clearly wasn't healthy through the first month of the season. And 2, this game has a 50.5 point total, and teams just haven't had any success running the football against Baltimore. So you're talking about a massive pass funnel defense for the Ravens and the Chargers, who are throwing the football a lot more. Over 31 pass attempts for Herbert over the last 6 games, averaged 22 per game through the first month of the year. Also, Dissly has 37 targets over the last 6 games, right? While every other tight end for the Chargers, there's 4 of them, has a combined 10. He's been targeted on 26% of routes run, which is very solid. And the Ravens are allowing 67 receiving yards per game to tight ends, which is one of the worst in the league. 73% completion rating as well. So give me Will Dissly over 39.5 here. I think we could see this one bump up a little bit. So let's try and lock it in early. Another one, smaller play, a little bit smaller than the Dissly play, but Gus Edwards under 25.5 rushing yards, minus 113 on FanDuel. A couple reasons for this. One, Edwards is averaging right around 3.5 yards per attempt on the season. Baltimore is allowing a league low 3.4 yards per attempt, but also Edwards played only 11 snaps last week. He's only going to be out there for rushing snaps, so that's not super important, but he's been largely ineffective as a ball carrier outside of 1 game. And this is sitting at 22.5 on Pinnacle and pretty much every other book outside of FanDuel. So you're just getting a good number here. You're getting some cushion, 3 additional yards there on FanDuel. It's hard not to like that spot. Last up, let's go anytime touchdown. I told you guys know Thursday, Monday, we'll always do a touchdown. Whether it hits or not, I'm going to give you one that I think, is at least giving you value. Keep that in mind, right? Like, this is not me trying to absolve myself of wins and losses, because when they win, they win. When they lose, they lose. But what I'm saying is we're trying to get the best number here, and we're trying not to just give out nonsense. Quentin Johnston plus 240. This is going to move. It has to. Plus 240 anytime touchdown on FanDuel is, by the numbers, the best anytime touchdown we can make on Monday night. And here's what I mean by that. It's 2 things. One, the odds on FanDuel at plus 240, they're going to change. It's the only touchdown we have as a positive edge, with a positive edge in our model over on OddsShopper right now. All the other books have this between like plus 160 and plus 190. So by the numbers there, definitely makes for the best play and a positive EV play on top of that. What I also mean by the numbers is that in the 8 games Quentin Johnston has played this season, listen to this. He leads the Chargers with 13 red zone targets, okay? No one else has more than 6 in those games. He has 5 end zone targets in those games. No one else has more than 3. That's Ladd McConkey, who's questionable with a shoulder injury, although I do think that he's going to play. Moreover, no team has allowed more receiving touchdowns to opposing wide receivers, than the Ravens this year, 16 on the season. Oh, and going into week 12, get this. Johnston was tied for 3rd in the league. Tied for 3rd in the league in receiving touchdowns with 6, and he's only played 8 games. So yes, I think at plus 240, this is going to move. Number 1, play it down to like 210, really. At that spot, I think you'd still get a little bit of value there. And he's just been the number 1 red zone target on this team. He's only played 8 games. He's been a scoring machine, been very efficient inside the red zone and in the end zone. And you're against the Ravens team that's coughing up receiving touchdowns left and right. So let's get it. Will Dissly, Gus Edwards, Quentin Johnston, and we'll go with the over in this game. As always, leave a comment down below. Let me know your favorite plays, where you're at. I love reading and responding to all of them. This should be a great game to close out the week. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for every pick for every game on Thanksgiving, and then Friday for picks for the Black Friday game and everything for Sunday in week 12. And of course, Monday, we'll see you back here again. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here for the next one. Peace.